Welcome back. And one thing you might have encountered by playing around with this application, that there's a difference if we are hooking into a running process or providing our script at startup. Providing our script at startup will fail, while hooking to a running process will work. The difference between those two is the timing, and this is a very important point in Frida which we need to talk about. You know what? This is exactly what this video is for. And therefore, let's switch back to the Ubuntu VM and let's figure out what the problem is right now. This is our Ubuntu VM and this is our script. This one over here. So here we can see we are hooking those parameters, the string and also the integer value. The return value will not be printed out right now as a string. But to be honest, all you need to do is simply using this class reference and typecasting it as we have done it over here. We will wrap this up in the beginning of the next video. Over here, I would like to talk about the timing. So what's the difference in there? If you're opening this application, so let's see. Okay, it's still being opened. And if you're now connecting to this application with Frida, so frida-u, com app hacking, NDK Frida, then we can apply our script and everything works perfectly fine. And therefore, let's keep this in foreground. And let's paste this in here. Okay, we can see we've got our pointer and we hit crypt. Here we have our parameters. udemy app hacking and the value 4. Nice. This also works if you're providing the script over here as a parameter for Frida. So if we go back, if we're using this script, this one, let's see. This one is being stored in apps, Frida NDK, NDK hook. Yes, then we can see it's getting automatically executed and we've got once again our pointer. If we hit crypt, once again we get those parameter values and everything is nice. Alright, now we are relaunching this application, but this time we are telling Frida to start it. And we are providing our script as a startup parameter. So let's get over here. And we close out of this one and now let's see. We tell Frida to relaunch this application and we provide our script at the startup of this app. Alrighty, let's see what happens. I start this in 3, 2, 1. And there we have it. We get an error, expected a pointer. And we might also realize right now why this is the case. The application has been booted up. Alright. But now we are looking for those exported functions. This one over here. This one. And this is right now not being available because the code has not been executed yet. Therefore, we can also not find them, and this is why we are getting this error, expected a pointer. Because this one is empty, our exported functions. I guess we can also print this out. There we have it. Yes, this one is null because there are no modules, there are no exports to be enumerated with this command, module enumerate exports. And therefore, we can also not attach to anything in here via this one. So maybe let's put this on the right. Okay, so what happens is the following. We are trying to enumerate those exports out of this library. We cannot find anything because this application has not been booted up and therefore this value is empty. If this value is empty, this value will be also empty over here. But then we are trying to attach to this one with the interceptor attach, and this is why we are getting an error over here. This is of course also the case if you relaunch this application and providing no pause. So to automatically resume this application. And let's see. Yes, here we have it, expected a pointer. And the problem right now is if we click crypt, then we can see it's working over here, but we are not attached to this native function right now. This is of course also the case, over here, if we're using the command line interface. And so if you're starting this application by the command line interface, and if we're now trying to apply our script to this one, and then we can see expected a pointer once again. If we are resuming, we will be not attached to the native function. If we hit crypt, then we can see it's working, but no output over here. This is a problem in many situations, but we will find out how to deal with this one in just a moment. For now, all I can recommend is the following. If you're using the interceptor attach, then please start up this application until it's running. then using the command line interface and apply the script to this one, to the CLI over here. It's super annoying copy pasting this all the time into the terminal over here. But if you're using a script and you keep overwriting or reloading the script all the time, then this will be a huge mess and the application will sooner or later crash. This is super annoying, I know, but unfortunately that's the only way right now. Okay? Okay, now we will get back on our slides and we will draw our timeline and figure out what's happening, and then we will also see what's the solution for this one here. And this will be a very nice solution which will work all the time. So I have included a whole bonus section just for this case over here. Let's get back to the slides and then we will have a look into this. Okay, so here we are back on the slides and now let's recap this here. So we draw our timeline and we've got these two main events. We've gotten start and we've gotten running. In between of them, there's now a lot happening. For example, this one over here. At this point, the libraries will be loaded. This is our system load library. And then we've got methods, for example, the onCreate in our main activity. And after this one, our NDK function will be executed. So there's no button that triggers it. It will be directly executed after the onCreate method. For now, we have the following two options to hook this method. We could try it at the beginning. So we can use this Frida hook at the beginning and launch this application with the -f option. The problem we have seen, at this point no libraries will be loaded, therefore our module enumerate exports will be empty and we do not have access to this function. This will definitely not work. The other option is hooking into the running process directly here. But also here we're having a problem because the method has been already executed. So we are too late right now if we are trying to hook it over here. What we need to do is the following. We need to attach the debugger at the system load library directly in here. So we need to pause this application and then we can step forward. So we can single step every instruction in there. We can make one single step that the library has been loaded and then we've got access to those functions. Here we can apply our Frida hook and afterwards we can resume this application, which means the application will be loaded. Our Frida hook can take place because this library module has been fetched and the function, if it's being called, will be observed right now, which is absolutely amazing. And for me right now, that's the only way we can deal with this one. And this is real in high advanced setup, which will be shown in the bonus section. Okay, for now I just want to point out that we cannot launch our application while we are having our Frida script being attached. We can also not override our Frida script all the time while we are attaching to the running process, because this will mess up the whole interceptor attach approach. We have seen this in the past and we will see this maybe also in the further videos right now. Overriding an interceptor attach will be a huge mess and it's absolutely not recommended. Unfortunately, the things we have to do is we need to restart the application manually until it has been booted up. Then we can apply our script or we can apply our hook within the command line interface of Frida. Alrighty, if you are encountering these error messages expecting a pointer, then you know right now what's the reason for this one. So you're trying to load or enumerate modules that has not been loaded right now and therefore the pointer is empty within our interceptor.attach. Okay, this is all for this video right now. I just want to point it out that you're not running all the time into this error. We will wrap this up in the bonus section when we're talking about debugging an application. But for now, let's move on with modifying these parameters or return values. Alright? Okay, so I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.